Let's start now. Chapter 4, Lesson 2. Now, today we're going to start with a new chapter, which is Chapter 4 and Lesson 2. Lesson 2. Just the definition of ratios. I will give it to you. I will combine them together. Now, so the ratios and rates. In this lesson, we're going to learn what do I mean by ratios and what do I mean by the rates. Now let's start talking about the ratio. The ratio is like, before that, we are all of us know at grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. What do we mean by fractions? If you have a circle, and this circle is cut into 4 equal parts, and we shade this part. And if I ask you what is the fraction represent the shaded part to the whole part, what do you say? 1 out of 4. This is what I mean by fractions. So fractions is what? Is a part to whole. Fraction is a part to whole. Now, the ratio is different than the fraction. The ratio, it could be part to part. It could be whole to whole, whole to part, sorry, and part to whole. Now, part to part, like this example here. They are, here I have 6 squares. 5 are blue and 1 is red. Now, if I ask you now, what is the ratio that represents the number of blue to the red?
1/5.
Wait, how many one are blue? And I ask you, blue to red. How many one are blue?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many one are red?
1.
So, from 5 to 1. Now, blue here is apart from the whole shape, and the red is apart from the whole shape. So, the using of the one of the different usage of the ratio, that I can say part to part. In the fraction, I can't say part to part. I can say part to whole only. But in the ratio, I can say part to part. Like this example here. I told you, fraction is only part to whole. Fraction, like the shaded to the whole parts. But the ratio, you can't say part to whole, whole to part, or part to part. Yeah. So the first one, part to part, I
understand.
Like blue to red. The whole to part. If I ask you now the ratio of the whole to red, how many one are they going to? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All. How many there are?
6.
How many when you are red?
1.
1. So you will say 6 to 1. This is what I mean by whole to red. And the last one, part to whole. Part to whole like refraction.
1 to 6.
Like red to whole.
Red to blue.
1 to 6.
Yeah.
Blue to whole.
6 to 1.
5 to 6.
5 to 6.
Blue to whole. How many one are blue?
Yeah.
5. Whole 6.
Okay.
So I will repeat. The fraction is only to represent
Easy.
part to whole. We cannot say 5 to 2 in fraction. This is not a fraction. It sounds like mixed up. So fraction, it must be part of small to big. Here, no. Here I can say small to small, big to small, or small to big. Got it now? What do I mean by ratios?
Teacher, I have to say something.
Yeah.
Here, why you wrote here and you wrote that 5 and 1 and 1 here, you wrote 6.
Blue to red.
Oh.
How many one are blue?
5.
5. How many one are red?
1.
1. But if I ask you whole to red, how many one in whole?
6.
6. How many one are red? 1.
Oh.
Okay, according to the question.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Got it now?
Yeah.
Now, this example here. Before that, this one here. Write the ratio of the yellow counters. Now here they ask me yellow counters to red counters. That this is not that.
1 to 2.
Yes, Rafif. How many one are yellow? Look at me. Yellow, 2, red. The order is very important. Okay. So yellow, 2, red. The order is important. How many one are yellow, Rafif? 1. How many one are red? 2. So I will say 1 to 2. Okay?
Easy. But check this fraction has 7 up to 7. Yeah.
Mr. C, and I took this example for the first this article to understand the ratios. But I must ask you to solve it. Just look at me and without solving it. I understand the question. Now, for writing the ratios, I have 3 ways. What of it? 1, column 2, or as a fraction. The first way is this way. The second way is by word, like 1, 2, 2. And the third one as a fraction, like 1 over 2. So they are the same. 3 ways to write the ratio. By column, 1, 2 points following each other, or up to each other, 2, 1, 2, 2 as a word, or by fraction.
Easy.
Yes, anyway you.
Yeah.
This is for the first one. They said we have 3 ways.
It's so easy, 5 to 3. That's it. Yeah, then you like call us by name and then we come to one.
Now, I will, but not this now, later.
5 to 3.
Okay, yes, yellow. How many one are yellow? Ask me, are yellow 2 reds. How many one are yellow? 5.
3.
Another way.
5 to 3.
This is what do I mean by ratios. Did you get it now?
Yeah.
It's very important to understand in your mind what do I mean by ratios. Okay?
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
Can it still be fraction if the first number is more than the second number?
Like what?
16 and 3. Like, is it like the
Yes, because it's not a fraction, it's a ratio.
So for like 3 to be down, it's less. Thank you.
Now all of you open your book, page, I think 217, for example here. The bird rescue group is caring for 3 eagles, 2 hawks, and 5 owls in the rescue center. They they told me that you can compare the numbers of different types of pairs using ratios. And you have three ways, as I told you before, using words, using fraction, or column. Like here, if you want to represent the number of the ratio of all two eagles. How many one are all? From the question. You have 3 eagles, 2 hawks, and 5. So how many one are all?
5.
And how many one are eagles?
6.
3. So you can say 5, 2, 3, or 5 over 3, or 5. 2 points.
2 homes.
They asked me only about owls to eagles. The question is like this. So, ratios can be used to compare part to part, whole to whole, or whole to part. The fraction only part to whole. Okay? Now, let's go now to this one here. It's the same as the book, but I took cut this part in order to keep it with us. Number 1, owls to hops. Yes, you are right.
Yes.
Yeah, on the board, please. Owls to hops. I want you to write in the 3 ways and tell me how many numbers of owls and how many numbers of hops. This is page 217.
Homes are 2 and owls are
5. Bravo. Thank you. So, there are 5. Now, do you understand why 5 over 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, look. Eagles to total birds. Now, eagles to total. Eagles to whole. How many are eagles?
3 eagles.
3, bravo. And how many are the total?
10 or 10.
Bravo. They are 10. How did you know that's 10? 3 plus 2 plus 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Now, the one that's not solved is the part to part. Part to part.
Yeah.
That one that's not solved, it's a part to whole. Part total or part to whole. The last one, yes, Emma. Now the total to hops.
It's 10.
10, bravo.
So the house it's 2.
Thank you. And it's whole to part.
Really easy to yeah.
Now, all of you please go to the share and show. This one here.
Okay. 119, 219.
Now, write the ratio of the number of red bars to the blue stars. Who wants to solve that? Please, you. Red bars to blue stars.
There are 8 stars.
Yeah, they ask me about red bars to blue stars.
Sorry. There are 3 red bars. 3 will be up.
Yes, bravo.
And the 8 will be down.
Yeah. And 8 will be down. Thank you. Now, the second one, yeah, Sama. Thank you. Sama, Sama, hello, see here. Sama will write.
Sir, you call my name? You call my name?
No, 8 to 16. Yes, Sama. Write it now in the 2 different ways. And here it's read as a word. I want as a fraction and as a column. Thank you. Now, Lema.
Teacher, writing on the laptop?
Your sister. No? Yes, you. Yes, Rafik. Yeah. Thank you so much. And the last one. Yes, Ranjil. On the board. All of you are. No, it's just a minute. Let's go now to the unit rate.
Teacher, I didn't finish.
It's okay.
Teacher, I didn't finish.
It's okay, it's okay. Now, before starting talking about the rates and the unit rate,
Thank you, teacher. Oh, teacher, don't say that.
No, kids, I wanted them.
I want white. Oh, what? Stop it.
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher, you call my name.
Enormous.
Okay, I want answer.
It's okay, when there's a question, I will ask you to.
Teacher, you're searching for the pen one. Yes, wow.
Right, now, if I ask you now about fraction. Okay? Number of shaded parts to the whole. How many one are shaded? Three. To the whole? All. So fraction, as you see here in this chapter, it's always 3 to 4. Let's write the ratios. Ratios. If I ask you now about green to yellow. What is yellow?
No, yellow and the white. Green white. Green white. Should they can see this board also? No. Oh my god, they're so cute. I'm sad. I'm just like it. It's really cool. Yeah, teacher, the one is green white. Here.
Don't eat. That's the item of the light. And whatever you want. So green to white. How many one are green? Two. How many one are white? One. So this is our ratio. It's different than the fraction. I will example now. Green to white. Now, whole to white. Whole. Is it clear now? Fractions and what?
It's really cool. I love this lesson. This lesson is so fun. This one. Yeah, this one.
You like the black one?
Yeah.
About.
The ask us the black.
Yeah, I love it. Black and white.
Now, let's talk about the rate. What is the rate? Rate is a ratio.
Which page?
218. Okay, I took the definition from the example.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now, what do I mean by rate? Rate is a ratio that compares two quantities that they have different rates. In the previous one, we said stars to stars. Yellow bars to yellow bars, green bars, the same unit.
yeah.
But when we talk different units, we call it now rate. So rate is a special kind of ratio, like
There's no meeting in the
cafe. Okay. Now, like here. So the rate is a relationship between two units, and they have different quantities, like miles per hour,
Yeah.
cost per ounce, points per question. That's the most important example. Like each one question have 3 points.
Yeah.
So if the example is 20 questions, it means it has 60 points. So
Teacher,
60.
did you start now? Did you start explaining now?
Yes.
Thank
What do you mean? Are you sure?
Yes, now I understand.
Yes, we started from half an hour.
Yes, but because you wasn't letting me and I was trying to enter.
Oh, okay. Why didn't send me on Telegram?
I wrote, but nobody answered me.
See, we don't have phones.
You didn't write anything. There's nothing written in grade 6. Yeah, we're back. So, like 60 points for each 20 questions. Or like this 60 points for 20 questions. This is an example of what fits. I'm talking about different quantities.
Yeah.
This is the meaning of it. Like these examples. Now, when we talk about a unit rate, like, what do you mean by unit rate? Unit rate, it means I have to find for each one question. How many points do we have?
60.
3. Yeah, 3. So, if the rate is a number per one, we call it unit rate because unit is 1.
Yeah.
If the rate is units per one, oh sorry, not units. Okay, yeah, unit per one, it's been what? Unit rate. Like 3 points per one question. Each one question has 3 points. This is a unit rate. But if you say 60 points per 20 questions, this is a rate. So I will repeat. Ratio, it is ratio, and the rate, they are the same. But the ratio with the same quantity but the rates with different quantities. We said like questions or points to questions, miles to hours, dollars to numbers of pencil, pencil to number of dollars. And so this is for what?
The ratios also teacher are different. Like we say word to part.
Yeah, but different quantity. You say hours to hours, but you didn't say points to points, questions to questions. Like if you have if the exam is 5 questions, 3 is multiple choice and 2 is a step. Okay? If I ask you how many are a step to multiple, you will say 3 to 5.
Yeah.
But if I say how many is step to whole,
Teacher, page what?
218. So if I said now, this is for an example of ratio. Rates, if I said points to questions, different units. Number to number. Big number to big number. Okay. Another number, not one.
Yeah.
2. Another number, not one. We say it's what? It's rate. If it is a number 2, 1, you said it's unit rate. Like here, 3 points per 1 question. 6 points per 2 questions. If it's come like 6 points per 2 questions, it will be now rate. It must be 3 to 1, 5 to 1, 7 to 1. These are examples of unit rate. Now, no, there are 5 attendees now.
So how many is
5.
5.
Teacher, there's still one. Julie.
Sorry?
There's still one girl is absent. She's Julie.
Julie and Jana Abdullah.
Yeah.
And Dai. And Mrs.Dima.
They just enter maybe one question. Maybe the Saudi history just they entered and leave.
Maybe.
Jana and Jana.
Then there's no class.
She's sleeping. No, she said that she's attending online.
Oh.
Jana.
Okay.
Did you make me feel that you don't come to school, you don't have to go to class? Yeah. But they attended the other classes. That's weird.
So this is a unit rate. Its rate makes a comparison to one unit. The unit rate for cost per package is 4 to 1 like this. Like I pay $4 for each hamburger. This is an example of unit rate.
Yeah.
So this one here, 35 hours, he worked 35 hours and made $490. How can I rate the ratio? And is it rate or unit rate?
Unit rate. No, it's rate.
35 to 490.
No, it's rate.
Is it something per one?
No.
No. It is two numbers like $49 per 35 hours. So they are different. Is it a ratio?
No.
Because they have different quantities. Is it a rate? Yes. Is it a unit rate?
No.
No, because it's not a number per one. It's a 490 per 35.
Oh, okay.
Got it now?
Yeah.
Now let's see. This one. A unit rate is a rate where the second measurement is wrong, as we said before.
We don't have this.
Here,
Okay.
here, I'm still not here. A test has 25 questions for total 100 points. So how many points is each question worth?
4.
100 points for 25 questions.
4.
So if I rewrite it now as 100 points,
4. Because if you multiply 25 multiply
This is what no. So it's 100 points. Here, 100 points.
Therefore,
for 25 questions. Okay. Now, just before that, let's see how to convert it to unit rate.
just like the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No. Yeah, let's come back to the bracket.
Yeah.
Maximum. Now, how I will rewrite a unit or rate.
Oh my God.
Like in the previous one, we have it. We have 100 questions.
100 points. No, that's 100 questions. Each question we take, yeah, 12, no, yeah, 100,
100 points for 25 questions. And we say, because we have different quantities, this is what is it. How I will write it with unit rate? What do I mean by unit rate? Unit rate that the second measurement is 1. Okay? The second measurement is 1. I told you like 5 to 1, 3 to 1, 211 to 1. These are examples of unit rate. So here the unit rate is something to 1. How can I make 25
I
to 1?
don't know what you're talking about.
And 25. So now,
Teacher, I don't know what you're talking about.
you can see the thing because it's just making it with us in the board.
I cannot.
So you can connect the board with the computer. Can you? I can write it in the.
I will try to open the camera. It's not working here.
I can write it in the laptop.
You can share it with me.
Divide by 100 is 4, right? Yeah. Teacher, I have an idea. I can sit and write. Teacher, open your camera. I can write the teacher here. Yeah. No, the teacher can open the camera and then they can see.
They told me that you cannot use your webcam.
Teacher, well, my sister is in grade 1. The teacher opens the camera. Yeah, my sister is in grade 3. Teacher, Microsoft is using the webcam. My sister's coming to school tomorrow.
Yes.
So you go. She goes to the presentation and write it. Write it. I can write it for you in the presentation. Okay?
Okay.
Teacher.
Yeah. On the screen. So here, 100 points per 25 questions. How I can make the 25 to be 1? We say divide by 25. And if I divide the denominator, I must divide the numerator. So 100 divided by 25 is 4. So it means 4 points per 1 question. Okay? 4 points per 1 question. This is a unit rate here. So we come back now here. So how many they are? They are 4 points.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And so it's
Oh my goodness. Oh my country. Can you hear me?